Jeepers. Oh, I'm exhausted and I'm overstimulated, and I wish that I could hold the camera out here, but there's nowhere to put a pillow there, and I don't have the strength, which is just really sad. But this is to my oldest, most especially right now, but to each one of my children, and to all children everywhere. And by children, I mean teenagers. Any age, all age, every age, every age. I just got this overwhelming realization that I'm missing sex talk opportunities. And I think the sex talk is something that needs to happen on a fairly regular basis throughout life in order to have actual, optimal understanding of what you're getting yourself into, and how intense it is, and the emotions and the balance of it all, and how none of that is talked about in school or even religion or science. I mean, some of it's talked about a little bit, but not thoroughly enough, I don't think. It wasn't for me. And I'm concerned about you. I'm very concerned. And I usually, I leave most of my concerns up to God. And I pray, I want to say pray my guts out. Why do we say that? It's a horrible thing to say. I do not pray my guts out. I pray for greater guts and having courage to handle the fact that I'm not raising you, I'm not mothering you, I'm not supporting you, guiding you, being there. I thought I would be there. I'm not. And I could be if you'd call me. But I get it. I get it. I don't like it. I get it. Please don't have sex. Yet. Please wait. Just wish that I don't know, looked more polished so that I would be paid more attention to. Please wait, my sweet, sweet, sweet little ones. You are old-ish. I mean, you are mature in a lot of areas and ways. And I know you. I know your nature. You have a very sensual, very tactile, passionate, intense nature. And please don't add the element of sex and even too much foreplay, too much kissing, too much alone time, all the basic things that religion teaches and stuff. But here's the thing, is that for me, I was taught don't have sex, don't even put your hand on their knee because it's just dangerous. And I'm being a little exaggerative, but I'm not exaggerating when I say that my first experience with someone's hand on my knee, feeling safe and comfortable, it just did it for me. And I thought to myself, this isn't bad. There's nothing bad happening. I'm just riding in a car with someone who likes me and his hand is on my knee. Like, physical contact isn't bad. This feels good. And it felt so good. I mean, such a simple thing, but I had a lot of pain growing up and a lot of negative reinforcement about sex and stuff like that. I fell in love. I fell in love with safe physical touch, and you will too. Oh my gosh, I mean, everyone does, to one degree or another. Everyone has different reasons as to why they don't pursue it, and that's the very, very reason, the main reason I am pleading with you. Wait to have sex. Wait to spend a lot of hot and heavy alone time with someone that you're attracted to. Spend as much time with people that you're attracted to as you can. In groups of other people, with flirtation, and, you know, learn how to give real solid hugs and hold hands, and but modulate yourself, bridle your passions, pay attention to when it's getting overwhelming and out of control. Don't get sucked into the undertow, okay? Don't get sucked into the undertow. And there is. It's a powerful, passionate, creative. It can be, I mean, it's amazing. And the moment that you feel, I mean, you want to keep that person. You're going to want to keep that person. Even if you think that you don't, or, I mean, which hopefully you're not having sex when you don't have a strong emotional connection. But nowadays that's promoted all over the place. But when you have a strong emotional connection with someone, you are immediately afraid that you will lose that person, that you won't have that experience again if you're lucky to have a good first sexual experience. Please. I mean, I want to make you listen to me. I want to make you do as I am requesting, that you wait until you are truly ready and equally yoked, preferably married, before you have sex. Because once you have it, it is so hard not to. It takes everything in your power to refrain from having sex, and slowly but surely over time, if you don't have it with a steady partner, it begins to lose. You hurt. You hurt, and it loses something, and it's the saddest thing. And I swear to you, you don't want to experience it. Please. I thought I would be there to help you with this, to be open and honest and real about sex and what I've experienced, and, you know, how much I researched, you know, because of the struggles. I mean, it's challenging enough when you're in a marriage, especially if you're not equally yoked. I mean, it's an interesting term that I didn't pay enough attention to when I was young, but I mean, I don't regret my choices because they led me to you, to having children, to having some of the most amazing, brilliant, beautiful. But the pain that I've been through because of having sex too young. And we are all too young. I mean, I'm old enough now, you know. Just barely. No, but seriously, it is a brutal experience to be with someone and love them and have to give them up. If you have a big heart, which I believe you do, each one of my children do, and anyone else who's listening to this video, because if this influences someone who's not my child, I mean, I am all for it. Like, I am telling you that, like, I mean, I can't say it enough. And I feel so intensely and passionately, but I'm trying to hold back because, you know, I don't want to come off like I'm just, like, I mean, it's everywhere. It's in the magazines and the movies and the conversations and the cartoons and the, you know, you're inundated with a constant over-sexualizing. And we don't even realize it, you know, because it's just so normal. But it's not healthy and wise. We're too young. I'm like ancient now, you know, like 37. Can't even believe that I have a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old. And I know people who have had sex at 10 years of age. You know, it all depends. It all depends on when we're introduced and activated to a degree. It all depends on our nature and how hot we run. It all depends on who we meet and how safe we end up feeling, because you will want to be sexual with someone that you feel safe with, and sometimes you can get sucked into being sexual with someone you don't even feel safe with. I mean, please love yourself so much. Take care of yourself so much. Find a hobby, a habit, a pattern. Something to keep you feeling sensual and safe and expressive and creative and good without having sex until you are older. And we've had a few conversations. Please, I beg you. I have way more experience than I ever wanted in this area, okay? Way more experience than I ever wanted. I wanted to be with one person forever. And I thought that was going to happen. We didn't know each other enough, but then we were so afraid of losing each other. We did everything we could to keep each other, and we hurt each other in the process, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you have sex too young, too soon, because it feels so good. And you're going to want more, and you're going to want to stay with that person, but please, as intelligent and mature as you are, you're too young. You're too young. Give it another 10 years. I mean, give it until you are healthy and whole enough to know that you have chosen a partner that you're going to be able to engage in sex with whenever you want to, however is safe for the two of you, that matches your style and your energy, your desires, your nature. I mean, we aim to be, you know, as good and wholesome and spiritual and you know, following what God has asked us to do the best that we possibly can, but there is a temporal and physical, a sensual and sexual aspect to life that cannot be ignored or denied, and if you focus too much in any one area and you're not in a balanced, healthy relationship, you will suffer, my sweet. And I pray that you go through the least amount of suffering possible. I love you. I love you. There's so much more I could say on it, but the time is racking up and YouTube won't let me download it if it's more than 15 minutes, so I try to stop at around 14. It's not easy. I could go on and on forever. I think everybody who knows me knows that when I'm passionate about something, it's hard to stop, and that's my point. Don't start until you're ready. I love you. Mwah.